Hello everybody and welcome to today's video where I'm finally taking a look back at my PlayStation trophy collection about 2.5 years. That's how you say words. 2.5 years after my original video, which was about July or June 2018, I believe. I thought now would be a good time to look back because A, finally reached my 100 platinum goal, and B, the PS5 is out, which means I can show off the new UI or whatever, because it has some interesting stats in there, but I will obviously have good old PlayStation profiles in the background so we can refer back to it. And as a double whammy, it's like one of those double pack bonus, like a, I don't know, McDonald's Big Mac. I don't eat McDonald's. I haven't had a McDonald's all year. I mean, I don't know, I've not really been feeling it. I'm also going to take a look at my PlayStation Trophy Logbook to update you, because I haven't really done much in it, to be quite honest, so it's not really filling enough for its own video, so that's your fries on the side of your Big Mac main meal of PlayStation Trophy collections. So it might be a long one, so hang on in there. Get a trophy up to grind, play your favourite game, put this on the background, and I shall hopefully keep you company for a while. Let me know what you're grinding, if you're grinding something. So let us start with the aforementioned PlayStation Trophy Logbook. Now, I am recording this somewhere differently because it's at night, also known as 10 to 4 in the afternoon on a December evening in the UK. Gets dark pretty quickly here. Right, so how am I going to do this? Where is the space going to be? Let me just get my other camera. So, oh, hang on. First things first. It has weathered somewhat. The book cover has come away, sadly. I should probably do something to stitch that back on. And I've also actually reached the end of the book, finally. I don't think there's any more pages left. There's like half a page. So I might have to start a new PS5 era of trophy collecting. So, right, let me open this up. Now, as I'm trying to, like, jump back from 2 videos, I didn't actually watch them. Maybe I should have. But I kind of remember where I was. So I think in the Trophy Logbook video, that was actually 2016. So I think I was on 67 platinums then. And then in my PlayStation profile update video, I don't know what it's called, I was on about 81. So I'm going to use those as the landmarks for how to do this video. And apologies if I go over old ground. It's like I said, I didn't watch those old videos back. And I'm just trying to go from memory. So let me just turn my camera on here. And this might look a little skew-F. Because, again, it's at night. So, Trophy Logbook time. I need to set the white balance. It's very odd and weird. I don't know what this is. What the flip is this? White balance. Give me that tungsten lighting, son. That's what we want. Alright, here we are. This is the other side. Welcome to the other side. The mega death trap of wires. That is how I do my setup. So let's start with where we left off. Oh my god, wires for days. Oh, everything is falling apart. You can't control it. You can't. So where was I? I think I was on Bully. There we are. So that was 67 Bully. So from there we have done. Oh, we did Untitled with this. Did some bangers there. Oh, of course, Crash Bandicoot Warped. I don't know if this says Crash Bandicoot 3 or not. Let's turn this over. Oh, of course, because I write backwards in books for reasons. It's not actually here. So then we have the plat list. This starts from 77. So these like all of the games that I got. I think this is 81 about here-ish. So then The Witcher 3, Spider-Man, game. We'll go through all of these in more detail when I go through the list in general. But here we are. That was the start of the road to Platinum 100. And there we are, the end of the page, Uncharted 4, number 100. So that's the platinum list completed. Now let me go to where we left off last time in terms of logging down. Now, as I said, the internet is a thing now, so I don't really write in this book as much as I used to. A, because I can just very easily look up what I want to look up on the internet, and there's good enough trackers there. And also, I used to like doing it to just get my pens and pencils out, which I don't have as much time to do anymore. So what I've written in this book from like the last update is like anything that I thought I had to write down because there was no other way of keeping track or whatever. So this was the final page last time, Uncharted 4 collectibles, as you see now, all lovely filled in. I think before it was kind of like more notes to, you know, where I was looking for things. Not many here, but I do like this sort of italic look that I've gone for in writing. What have we got here? Now this one I definitely had to write down. So this was a trophy in... Oh, and a strange number code. I wonder what this means. Who knows? This was Death by Disco. So this was a trophy for Ratchet and Clank, which there was no way to track it. And what you had to do is you had to kill every enemy in the game with a certain weapon that made everyone dance. And yeah, there was no way to track it. So I literally had to write out every single world, so those different planets, and all the enemies within it, and cross them off as and when I got them. So this was like a whole other playthrough that I did just to get this trophy. So I thought I'd try and go with the disco theme, and I got my colour pens out, and let's just turn this page over here, and just wrote them all in different colours. So Nebula, Gaspar, gosh, I remember playing this game a lot. And it seems like here in Cute, oh, I must have gone to Potaru, but there was the last one I needed was Mrs. Zerton. I don't know how to pronunciate. So there we are. That was, but I also did write out every single enemy, but I got it at that point there, which was pretty good. And then there's the continuation. So I only had to do about half a playthrough to get that. Then we move on to the Outer Worlds. Some of these you may have seen from my Road to Platinum 100 videos. So some of these you might be like, oh, I remember seeing this before. So again, the Outer Worlds, I had to like write down my save files just so I could go back and get some of those possible missable trophies. They weren't really missable, but you'd have to do another playthrough to get them. So I didn't want to have to do that. So yeah, and these were just some of the ones I had left over and just some notes on how to get them. What do we got next? Oh, this is a good one. So this is for The Witcher 3, and this is the Gwent card collection. Now, for some reason, I was like, wouldn't it be a great idea if I wrote out every single Gwent card and where it exists in the world? So as you can see here, I've got White Orchard, the innkeeper sells fine, and I was like crossing them off. It was going all lovely, and I was doing it ever so, because that's everything. I had to do my Deathmarch playthrough, and I committed myself to getting these Gwent cards, because I'd missed too many on my first playthrough. And then I sort of came to realise that there was far too many Gwent cards for me to do this continuously. So I gave up about here-ish and was like, hell no. I can't write there was like 200 of these things, and it would have been taking up too many pages of the book. So I decided instead, down here I've also got my save files, just so I could remember which ones were which. I think this was my original, that was like a point of no return or something. Important kids, remember which save files are which in your RPGs. Remember which are your save files. Boom. Thank you, I'm here for the rest of the video. Right, and so what I did instead was I decided to write the list of missable Gwent cards. I thought that was more manageable. So here we've got all these lovely quests here, blah, blah, blah. I quite like this. I feel like I also put my best foot forward handwriting-wise. My handwriting's gone terrible these days as well. So that's that. What we got next? Oh, this is a good one. Detroit Become Human. Now, the Quantic Dream games are known for having, you know, you're going to have to get all the playthroughs and see all the endings, etc. So you're going to have to come in with a plan. So this one I wrote this out ages ago with the intent to platinum this. And I only actually platinumed this game about a month ago. But I had this all written down. So the first thing was magazines, which some of them you need to do on different playthroughs because not all the magazines showed up in the same playthrough, depending on your choices that you made. So 2P meant that was a magazine that I had to get on a second playthrough. I also like to put in, maybe I should get a bit closer in with this. So as you can see here, there's all of that. And then this was like my half a playthrough that I was going to have to do in order to get the best ending. So I did get a pretty good ending the first time I played it. I just let Simon die on a tower. You know, can't save everybody all the time, can you, people? So I had to go back all the way to the Stratford Tower just so I could make sure I could save Short. No, what's his name? No, his name was Simon. And I also had to save Luther because I did leave Luther behind, and I regretted that decision very much so. But I thought he was a big dude; he could look after himself, but clearly not. Right, so yeah, here we are. Make sure to save Luther, Simon, North, Josh, and Jerry. Play positive. So that's what I'm saying. Make the same decisions as before. Then the second playthrough. So I actually did this backwards. So what I did was I actually did the second playthrough first because I wanted to play through the entire game differently, and then go back to the half a playthrough. So I did like a save thing. So this one is just all of the decisions that I had to make. So I just sort of followed the game and made sure I did all of these. And of course, as well at the same time, did the Connor I'll be back trophy. Oh, hang on. There's a little dust mite thing. So I also did the Connor I'll be back. Where you have to play as Connor Machine. And these are all the things that you had to do to get that. I don't know if reload and play through. It's pretty straightforward once you know what you're doing, to be honest. But this was very fun. I loved this game. And it was a great... the only thing is you do have to play some of the chapters, like, replay them a ridiculous amount, and it can get very frustrating when you can't skip things. But you know what? I found myself that I love the character so much that I would be sort of... This is the opposite of what I normally do. So, you know, like when you're replaying something, I'll be like looking at my phone while people talk. I found myself picking up my phone when a cutscene happened, only to find myself drawn back to the television to watch Connor talking or whoever. Mark of a good game, everybody. Took me away from the doom scroll. And then Fallout 4 notes. Alright, so I needed to do this because Fallout 4 required a lot of different endings, so you had to like go back to old saves. So I don't know why I thought it'd be a good idea to write down my hours for reasons. So these were the quest lines. Oh right, so I was writing down here where I could play up to until I had to stop. So I had to find like the safest point of the game where I could get as far as I could with all the different factions and then stop to come back and do this. So yeah, I've got save here. Again, make sure you keep your saves down for those RPGs so you remember where to go back to. And then because I like this sort of highlighter colour, I went back here and save here, save now. Oh yeah, so I was making sure I kept a tally of these. And then I think this was the last one I finally did, which was the Brotherhood nuclear option. So there we go, that was for Fallout 4. Here we have a Resident Evil 2 remake. So this was just for all the raccoon things. I don't know why I decided to write this out. I think I must have just been bored that day, because normally I would just watch a video walkthrough, but there you go. I just felt like drawing a little raccoon and crossing that out. Followed by a Resident Evil remake, which was the trophy cleanup, and that was me just trying to decide how I was going to play the game for the most effective and efficient trophy gathering. Trophy gathering. Can you imagine it was called, "Hi everybody, I'm a trophy gatherer"? I can't even say trophy gatherer. Can't even say it. And oh yeah, I love this. Has got to be a double spreader, because I went again through this. This is my GTA Vice City Kingpin page. Oh god, I love this page. Again, I go into it with a lot of depth in my Road to Plan 100 video, but I like the colours of this page, and I like the drawings and the tallies. Nothing satisfies my hands more than a good feeling of a tally. And then, we almost reached the end. I told you there's not much of an update. I put down here the Red Dead Redemption 2 fish that I had to find, because I have a story to tell there. So one of the challenges is that you have to like fish all the fish, which, fine. But one of the other challenges I had to do was to find all the herbs, and I was missing one herb for the longest time. I went through video guides so many times, and I was like, what one am I missing? What one am I missing? In the end, it was the red sage, and I was like, I'm sure I picked up the red sage, but clearly not. And I was like, I'm not going to make the same mistake again with this fish thing. And actually, it wasn't as hard. Well, was it as hard? I don't know. I think it's easier to keep a track just for your own mental well-being, because for goodness sakes, like, look, these are me drawing little fishes. That herb thing, I can't tell you how many times I watched the same video over and over. I went back to the same things. I had a list where I crossed off which herbs and plants I'd already found twice. I went through it, crossed them off. Oh, God. Shadow of Mordor, Stinking Rebel. So I showed this again in my Shadow of Mordor video. It was just going through what bodyguards and stuff to get this trophy here. That was the final trophy that I needed. And that wraps... Oh, and then I've just got my Fall Guys... I forgot about that. My Fall Guys crowns. And I just kept a log of them here because the game doesn't keep a log of them for you. So I retired at 26. I haven't played it in a long time. I wouldn't say I'd really retired. And that was just me sort of planning out the trophies that I wanted to get that wasn't... The games that weren't worthy for the road to Platinum number 100. So here for Persona 5 Dancing, for instance, these are the final song / dances that I needed to get. And then Concrete Genie and Life is Strange... Life is Strange 2. And yeah, what happens after that? What happens after that? This is the last page. Here we are, old friend, on the last page. And that was just some other work. So maybe it's time to begin a new logbook. So there you are. That is the update, I guess the final update from this logbook. You have served me well, old friend. Oh, this keeps going out of focus. Focus. Anyway, you've served me well, Trophy Logbook. May you rest in happiness for always and eternity. Alright, so now everybody, it is time to look at all the games I have played since 2018, somewhere in June, July. And what I'm going to do for this is we're going to switch over to the PS5. I'm just checking that it's still on. It likes to go to sleep a lot, the PS5, very quickly. Let me just shake the thing. So let's switch over now to searching for signal. Wonder why it's doing that. Is that because it fell asleep? It's fallen asleep. Oh dear. Even in a video where it's pre-recorded, there's still technical difficulties. Isn't it wonderful? Oh, here we go. We're back. We're back. There we go. I don't know if I'm going to edit that out or not. I've yet to decide. What I'm also going to do is make my camera flush to the top. It was flush to the top. Right. Here we go. Let's just go back a bit. Right, I'm also using it on the screen, so it's a little bit laggy for me. So here we are on the PS5. If I go to trophies, I am now a level 421. 106 platinums, 401 gold, 1,382 silver, and 4,683 bronze. So as you see here, all the games. And I think I'm going to start... So I did look about. Oh my god, where is this going? I think here is about where the I'm going to say Assassin's Creed Origins is where I left off last time. Now there is one thing I want to look at, because whilst that is interesting, there is something slightly more interesting, and I'd like to go by this bit. So you can go to here and go to games. Ooh, and you can see your game time, which I think is really interesting. So, but it doesn't do it in an order that makes sense to me, to be quite honest. So I'm going to start from about... Yeah, I'm going to start from about here. I might miss something, but alas. So let's start from Dark Souls Remastered. Oh, that must be the... Actually, that must be the demo. That can't be the actual game. Let's start from... Oh, that must be the demo as well. That must be the demo as well. How can that be? That don't make any sense. Is it going to come up later? Who knows? So Assassin's Creed Origins, I talked about that a lot of question marks. And here's a new one. This is Spider-Man. Marvel's Spider-Man. What have I got to say about this game? So the last time I played it was 779 days ago for a total of 31 hours. And let's click onto it. See what we got here. Oh! So I've not done any of the DLC, as you can see. I mainly just did the main story, and this was a pretty interesting game. You know, I enjoyed it for what it was. It did get a little repetitive towards the end, and the thing is, I'm not a massive superhero fan. I still feel like the Batman games were the ones that I preferred to play, just because I think I like the theme of the Batman games. I mean, Spider-Man's cool and all, but I do remember towards the end kind of being like, I wish the game would just end, because it was quite collectathon-y and grindy. Like, there was a lot of camps that needed to be cleared, a lot of like going over the same sort of things. The combat is amazing. That's the best bit about it, to be honest. It's the combat and stuff. Let's jump over to the screen capture. Oh, you see I'm playing the other Spider. Oh, hang on, I've got to do this. Where am I in the world? Where are you now? Oh yes, this is about where I was. I kind of just want to go from here, but I do really like... Maybe I should go from here and then look at the stats on the other page. What does this look like? Interesting. It's got a lot of dead space on the side. Maybe let's do it from this way then. Don't you love this video? Whoa, I'm going to put myself over here now. This side. Right, so now that we started from Spider-Man, so that took me... Oh, we've also got some different stats. So that took me 1 month and 1 week. Yeah, I pretty much just hardcore played that, to be honest, and then got it done. And was happy about that. Now, as you can see here, I've also got Super Meat Boy. What trophies did I get for this one? Actually, I'm going to just stick with this, because this is probably a little bit more easy to navigate. Now, no, I'm never going to platinum this game. Do not think. I tried, everybody, to at least... My goal in this was to at least beat the game, which I'm glad that I did do. I actually want to do it in order of rarity. To see... I've done nothing. So I did the bare minimum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trophies. These bandages do the kid. You know how I feel about the kid. That's the one I really want to try. Look, it was like a 1.76 rarity and 0.7 rare. I just really wanted it, because I knew I couldn't get these bandages. I knew I couldn't beat this Cotton Alley bullshit. I knew I couldn't do this. I knew I couldn't do any of this stuff. But at least I beat 10 warp zones. That was about the extent of my goodness. And then I just couldn't. Drove me to insanity. Oh, look, I've looked something up. Right, let's go back. Oh, every time we have to scroll down. Every time. So, our next on the list is Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Oh, that wasn't on my PS5, was it? Let me see. Let me show you. I don't think it was, actually, because I would have recognised it. Let's go back here. This is a lot of... And my face is just going to move around for always and eternity. That must be the demo as well. You know what? Let's go back to PSN Profiles. It's so much better. Screen display. Let's just go here. And if I wanna check, then I can just check it myself. How can I check it myself? I don't know. Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. So this was on PS Vita. That took me about 6 months and 1 week to complete. I like this game a lot, actually. Let's have a click in here. It's like a narrative. Oh, Makoto. See, I'm looking at all these characters now, and I really did like them. Why did I play this? I think it was just because I wanted something to play on the train. And a friend of mine had recommended it, and I got it, and I did get really sucked into it. The only thing that was kind of like grindy about it was something called, what was it, summer mode or whatever, or school time mode, where you had to just go through and talk to everybody, which meant doing this. It was this weird thing where you had to do this weird playthrough, and you had to build stuff, but then you could still hang out with people. But I really got into this, and all the characters. Oh, was her name? Was it Kyoto? I really liked her. She was cool. But yeah, if you haven't picked this up, I would give it a recommend. I would give it a recommend. I liked it, and that's why I wanted to get the platinum in it. It wasn't a difficult platinum. It was pretty good. What do we got next? Oh, Lego Dimensions. I must have talked about this before. I think so. What happened here was it was the holiday season, and me and the holiday season, also known as the 19th of November. And I think me and my brother and my sister wanted to play the Doctor Who levels on it, so we bought the pack. We were like, let's finally get it out and play it. We did the Doctor Who levels. It was great. The trophy didn't pop for me, but it did for my brother. I was really angry. Went upstairs. I was like, you know what? I'm going to play it again myself. And my save file was corrupted. And that was the end of Lego Dimensions. May it rot forever in the loft. Yeah, that's all I've got to say about that. Fallout 4, I definitely remember talking about that last time, but now I do own the Platinum Trophy. It took me 2 years and 11 months. But I feel like with an RPG, I like to eke those out, you know. I want to get, you know, the bang for my buck. GTA San Andreas, again, I enjoyed playing that at lunchtime at work. That place I used to go to every day. What a wonderful time that was. Oh, I remember this. So now here we are, January 2009. Now, why did I do this? I think in January, I was looking for something new to play, but something new but old, something on the backlog. And I'd played the previous Dragon Age games, and I thought I'd give this a whirl. Wasn't really for me. I've never platinumed a Dragon Age game because the platinum is kind of just... It's kind of frustrating in terms of, I think you have to like play as all the different characters a lot. You need to do the different story. No, by the different characters, I mean the different starting classes, like either a human or an elf or what's it. And also you need to be good at the game. And I was absolutely horrible at the combat. My favourite bit about Dragon Age was just talking to everybody. So I got to the end. I was satisfied with that. And I moved on with my life. Oh, The Wolf Among Us. I loved this game. That took me 1 month and 1 day. I was very late to the party on this one. Big B Wolf. Are we getting the number 2? Is that still happening? I need to know, because that was another game that I played on the train a lot. And I also remember playing it on the way to see my sister's pantomime. Such good characters. I did, because it's now dead. I did love a good old Telltale game back in the day. It was always nice. And that's palate cleanser, you know, something just a good story that you can get involved in. Again, very easy platinum because it's literally just beat the game. There were some collectibles, but it's very easy to just go back to the chapters. Well, I guess you call them chapters, that you missed them and pick them up again. Oh, I can't wait to play the rest of that. I loved that. Dark Souls Remastered. Oh, this game makes me so happy. If I could play Dark Souls Remastered on every console forevermore and get the platinum trophy for it, I probably would. That with the Uncharted games is a game that I would platinum over and over again. Brilliant remaster. I had so much fun playing it. 9 months and 10 days. I wonder how long it took me to platinum the old Dark Souls. Oh, now this is one that I want to see where I am. Sorry, we're going to go back. Let's go back. I want to know how many... Oh, look, there you go. So I played 46 hours of Dragon Age Inquisition. How much of Dark Souls Remastered did I play? Are we jumping ahead? Probably. Dark Souls Remastered, 102 hours. Ooh, interesting. Let's go back to screen capture. Good stuff. There was obviously the infamous issue that happened at the end, but I'd played Dark Souls every day and twice on Sunday. Watch Dogs 2, I imagine this is because I went back to get the DLC. I probably talked about this in the last video. Favourite Watch Dogs game, not played Legion, don't really have any interest in playing Legion. This is the Watch Dogs for me that I really enjoyed. Resident Evil 2. Oh, what a game. This, was the first time I'd ever played a Resident Evil game, and I was literally hooked. You can watch the full Let's Play that I did on my channel, which is funny enough because that when I was recording that video, I was like, okay, because it's the first time I played a Resident Evil game, let's try a Let's Play or whatever. I absolutely hated every single second of that. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but there are parts where I'm getting really frustrated, but I'm also like, oh my god, I don't want to be frustrated. So I'm like holding in the like, and by the end of every session, my back would hurt really badly because I just didn't know where I was going. But for me, that's what happens every time I play a Resident Evil game. I get really frustrated in the first playthrough. Apart from Resident Evil 3, because that was pretty straightforward. But then what I love about the games is when you do get to learn the game, and it's all about trying to improve your time, have a better run, you sort of know what's going to happen, so you can dodge Mr. X. And Mr. X, what a character he was. That was probably one of my funnest moments, is just being terrified and hearing his footsteps, like hiding in a room and hearing him walk about and being like, oh my god, can I go? Is it safe? Like, I hid in the clock tower bit for so long waiting for him to just disappear. Highly would recommend platinum. That's very doable. It looks like it's hard because it's asking you to do some like challenging things, like complete the game without taking health, or complete the game with an S rank or not the hardest difficulty. But it's fine. You can do it. I believe in you. The Walking Dead, the final season. I've this version as well. Oh, hang on, I've got a fact fans on this. So I did that in 5 days and 23 hours. Almost, I played it pretty hardcorely on that final Sunday. So again, I thought this was a great end to the Walking Dead series. I do love a bit of the old Telltale. What I liked most about this was I felt like it came back to the story that I liked. 2 and 3, bit dodgy, but this one, Clem and AJ, good stuff, and I just rinsed it, as you can see, very quick platinum. And on the last day, I was kind of like hell-bent for whatever reason that I wanted to get this trophy and be on the leaderboards. I don't think I am anymore, to be honest. I think I've been bumped off. Am I there? No. I was trying my damnedest to be one of the first people to platinum this game. However, is there a way that you can see a full entire list? I know I'm somewhere higher up-ish. And look, because it's the disc version and not many people own it, I'm like one of the 1,700, like, you know, it's quite a low thing. Is there a way to see it? Platinum Club? Leaderboard? What's Leaderboard? 100% Club? Maybe it's this. First Achievers. What if I go to the next page? Wow, there I am, 67. I was the 67th person to get this trophy, and no one can take that away from me now. It was weird because I was in the top 50, and then obviously people must have got the trophy before me and then synced it. Like, look at this. Someone literally got it a mere 5 minutes before I got it. But on that Sunday, I literally sat in front of the screen and replayed the game over and over, because again, that's a different thing for the Telltale game. It wasn't just as straightforward as like play the game once and you get the platinum. There was like choices that you had to make, so you'd have to replay certain sections and make a different choice to get a certain trophy or whatever. And yeah, I did go slightly mental that day doing that. Alright, let's head back. What do we got here? Have I gone too far? I've gone too far. Oh, Lego Marvel's Avengers. Now, this was the game that I was playing on my Vita. RIP. No, it's still with me, the Vita, but I just stopped playing it. I saved it. Like, I don't sit down and think, oh, I can't wait to play the rest of Lego Marvel's Avengers. It was more the game I would play on the train or on a journey or whatever. But then I found a friend on the train and didn't need to be a loser on my Vita anymore because I had someone to chat to. So that's why I've never gone back to it. But, you know, if I ever get on a plane again, then maybe it'll be there for me. Or maybe I might just buy a Switch. Because, you know, the Lego games are muchness. It's the same old thing. It was, like, fun, but, you know, nothing to write home about. Persona 5. Right. Let's see. What have I got to say about this? Loved this game. Soundtrack, brilliant. Now, I haven't got the platinum, as you can see. And I don't think I am going to get the platinum for this, because I feel like if I'm going to get the platinum for a Persona game, which I've talked about in the past, the Persona 5 Royale seems much more doable. The trophy list seems like it's not as... like, there's some hard... It's not hard, but I think you have to, like, do another playthrough and, like, properly follow a guide, and I don't really want to do that. Well, firstly, I don't want to play a game for the first time and follow a guide straight on the up and ups. That's not fun. So I wanted to play the game my way, get as many trophies as I could from my own playthrough without looking ahead at spoilers or following a strict guide. And that was where the chips fell. I was okay with that. I'd set aside my my demons, and I was thinking Persona the Royale, Persona 5 Royale. I wouldn't mind playing that following a guide, knowing what's happening or what's going to happen. I know that's the thing, there are some changes. Would I want to spoil that? I don't know. I'm kind of saving it for when I feel like I need a Persona game. When I feel like I need some best friends to get together again, I will definitely get back to that. But that was a fun game. Very long though. I think, now that's a good one to check back. Let's check back to the old PS5. PS5 mode engaged. PS5 mode engaged. Let's see. Is it really frustrating? I'm switching. I like how I'm asking the chat that doesn't exist. 133 hours. Yeah, I did take my sweet time with that game. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. No, as you can see, I'm only like a couple of trophies away from the platinum, and I just can't do it to myself. Like, sometimes you just know when you don't have a skill, and I do not have a skill in this. I couldn't even beat, what ones am I missing? Let's have a look. Complete adventure mode on hard difficulty. I couldn't even get past the first races on hard difficulty, and I was just like, what? And then there's the time. I think those are the only three actually. It's the hard mode and then the time trials, and unlock all the characters because that's also related to the time trials. Now, I just know my limits, everybody, and I did do a little try. I didn't just go, I'm not gonna do this, but I just suddenly realised that I was just going around these tracks over and over again. And I just wasn't really improving at the level that I felt like I needed to improve to get this. And I sort of was like, is this fun? No, it was making my hands hurt. And so I applaud everyone who has this platinum. I'm envious, but in a good way, because I respect you. Because I know it's something that I just can't do. Maybe I could if I really put my mind to it, but I don't want to. So, yes, I am sad that I can't complete my Crash set. Although, more on that later. Tune in for another Crash update. So, there we are, Crash Team Racing. A very good game as well, fun to play with others. Rise of the Tomb Raider, the first video on my road to Platinum number 100. Took me 2 years and 7 months to get this, and that's because I bought it for my birthday. I played it a little bit, and I think I just played something else instead and never came back to it. And it got to that point where, when you've played a game and the more you leave it, the more daunting it becomes to go back to it. And I was just like, when I go back to it, will I be able to get back into it? I don't know what's happening. What's Lara up to? She's probably still moaning about her dad and forgetting about Jonah, looking at some ancient relics going, look, 15th century armour. Looks like it was left here. I just love history, and I have nothing else to my character. Oh god, sick burn on Lara. But so I finally decided, you know what, I'm going to go back to it, and I started the game again. And I had fun with it. The time trial things were an interesting addition to the game, but not exactly fun in my opinion. Still got some DLC to do if I wanted to do it, but I'm not much of a DLCer, as you can see. I don't dabble in a DLC unless it's a game I truly, truly love and I feel like, yes, I want more of this, that's new, then I'll do it. Otherwise, I'm happy with the base game. Days Gone, I completed that in 4 months and 2 weeks. That was the 92nd platinum on the road to 100. Again, there's some DLC that I've not cleared on that. I spoke about this game a lot. I didn't really enjoy it, but it was good. Will I play a second one? Yes, I am intrigued. I feel like there's a lot that they can tighten up on this game, and I feel like with those changes, it might bring me in a bit more, because it wasn't really that I disliked the world or so much. It was more, I guess my fundamental problems with the game was the game itself. Like, I thought it was a bit odd that, people's mouths weren't moving right, and it was like cut to black, and it was quite an empty, vast world with a lot of, again, repetitive map clearing stuff that did get a little annoying. Deacon was fine. He was a little bland, I suppose, and same with his friend. Hey, Boozer! I got a nest. I gotta clear it out. Deacon, stay jawed out. There was one bit of the game that I really liked. When they go to that lake place and there's that girl Ricky and all that. I loved that bit of the game. I just hated the martial bit, and I found the beginning of the game boring. So if it tightens up, I'll be back. But yeah, it's a very doable platinum, And lots of people do enjoy the game. So, yeah. Control. So, as you can see, not really dabbled too much in it. Got about 12 trophies. And then it never really clicked with me. I mean, a lot of people always say to go back and play it. But I just found myself running around not really knowing why or caring. Like, I didn't really, like, sometimes you just know. When I was, like, reading things or people were talking to me, it just wasn't going in. And I was just like, I wanted to care because I thought it was an interesting premise. Like, you know, the place was spooky, the setup was interesting. But when they were just babbling on about the hiss, I was just like, Like, it felt almost like there was almost too much information that I didn't have, that I felt like I wanted to know, to understand, or to care. Also, running around not knowing where I was going got really old fast. And some of the bits I was just like, what am I doing? But yeah, that's why I kind of, and this is, now we're getting to the era as well, where I'm like, if a game is not vibing with me, then I'm not going to like force it. I'm going to move on and play something else. I don't feel the need to complete everything like I used to. That's one of the things I've come to terms with is, if I don't like something, it's okay. I can leave it behind. Whereas before I would have just like hell-bent gone through Control to have beaten it just to say I had done it, even if I didn't like it. Gone are those days. Again, same story with Hitman 2. Now, see, I like Hitman 2, but I also hate it, because I feel like I'm not very good at it, which is why, again, barely got any trophies. A lot of those trophies in this game are bound to you doing things a certain way, and of course, when you first play it, you've got not a fuzzy duck what's going on. You're just, well, I never do. I'm like wandering around, making so many mistakes, and I found myself getting more frustrated rather than like being, oh, this is interesting. Like, so I guess I just wanted to be perfect the first time, which is impossible. Like, but I just wasn't good. And I mean, there is that abysmal Hitman 2 stream I did where you can see why I'm just terrible at the game. So, you know, it was fun for what it was, but I wasn't feeling it. A similar story again with Death Stranding. It's weird, that one, because I felt like I really enjoyed the story. I just didn't enjoy the game. And I just wanted to watch someone play it, or a story condensed, because I do want to know what happened. Like, it did seem interesting, but I just didn't really like the vast space of just walking around and like what were they, the B things, the B12s? That's the name of the bus that comes near me. The BTs, not the vitamin B12s. That they were interesting. That was a cool mechanic. It was like sort of like walking through those. But I also remember there was just so many things to learn. It was always like, hey Sam, did you know you can open up your menu and look at this? Hey Sam, and I'm like, well, I've only just learned the last thing, and now you're telling me new things, and I just like, and the writing was too small, and I was just like, it's too much, I can't. So I left that on the wayside. Like, I've never really thought about going back to it, I'm not gonna lie. But I do realise it is a solid game for those who enjoy. Right, so GTA Vice City. Wow, 3 years and 8 months to get that platinum, but I'm glad I did it. You can see that was a platinum. That must be platinum 93, surely, because if we're going in order. Yeah, so you can see my thoughts on that in that video. My favourite GTA to date, forever, for always and eternity. Vice City will have a special place in my heart, and I, for one, I'm hoping to return back to Vice City one day in 4K glory. Can you imagine what the sunset would look like? The beach would look like the pinky purple hue of the world. Oh, I'm excited. Or they'd just take us somewhere else, which I'd also equally be cool with. Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. So after loving the first game, I thought, you know what, I'm going to get and play the second game. And this one didn't really click with me as much as the first one did. I don't know, I felt like I just liked those characters in the first one so much better. And this one, and also I just really liked Makoto. I thought he was so cool. I liked him. And I don't really like who I am in this game as much. And it seemed quite different to the old one. And I don't know. Again, this was a game that I remember I was like, oh, I'm going to play it when I go on long journeys. Because my whole plan was 2020 was to go and travel more or whatever. So I was like, oh, I'll save this game for when I'm on a plane or whatever. Yeah, like that happened. So I'm not saying it's over for Danganronpa 2. Obviously, we are getting dangerously into that sort of area where the longer I've not played it for, the harder it's going to be to go back and remember what's happening. So that could be an issue. But I'm sure after a while, like, see, I always try and get over that. Like, it might be a struggle for 30 minutes or an hour where you're like, but once you push past that, I find I'm back in. I couldn't live with myself. I had to restart a game every time I left it on the bench for a while. That would be too much. God of War. Did I play God of War when I did the last video? Surely. That came out in like April. So yeah, again, 1 year, 8 months. Solid game. Looking forward to the second one. Maybe next year, hopefully. I'm not sure. But yeah, good platinum. I look forward to playing the next. Again, that was platinum 95. How am I missing a platinum? Must be a game that I've played again somewhere. No, that was platinum 94. Oh, yeah, that was 94. Did that on New Year's Day. So that was the first platinum of this year. Interesting. Then Uncharted 2, Among Thieves and Robots. Oh, of course, that's come up because 4 years. So that's taken me 4 years and 3 months to get 100% completion rather than the platinum. Because as you can see here, it distinguishes between completed and platinum. That's because I finally got the speedrun trophy. There was a stream for that. So, love that game. Need to go back to it. Resident Evil. Oh yeah, so that took me 3 weeks, 6 days. That was number 95. You can see my thoughts on that game in the video related to that one. Again, I loved it. It's a similar story to Resident Evil 2, really. Played it and I was like, oh my god, I can't bear it. I don't know where I'm going. This is so frustrating. And then after a while, I was like, well, not after a while, but after I finished the first playthrough, I was like, right, let's do it again. And I literally would sit there playing it over and over and over just because it's quite... The funny thing is, it's very quick when you know what you're doing. So you can literally just play the game, it ends, start it up again and go back again. I can't imagine people playing that game back in the day when you couldn't save. That seems like madness to me. Not even when you couldn't save, but when you didn't even know what you were doing and there was no such thing as the internet. That sounds absolutely horrific. Props to you if you were one of those people. Shall we head back to PS5 land? I'm curious. We've gone through a lot of games here and I don't know. I need to know my stats. 38 hours. Interesting. Okay, cool. That's all I wanted to know really about that one. There we go. So, The Outer Worlds. So that was platinum 96 from this year. Again, you can see my thoughts on it in the video about that. So that was only 5 months and 4 weeks. When did I buy that game? Did I buy it just on a whim? Oh, so I bought it about a year ago, the 2nd of November. 5 months. Interesting. I thought this was a great game. I don't know, is the DLC out yet? Oh, the DLC must be out if there's trophies for it. Maybe I should dabble in that. Give it a bit of a whirl on PS5. Wonder how much that is. But yeah, I thought that was a solid game. If you're looking for an RPG that's not going to take your entire life and be with you until your deathbed, then play The Outer Worlds. Oh, okay, so here we are. Totally reliable delivery service. Now, Bethany, some of you may or may not know her. She is a friend of mine. So this is about now we're in lockdown land now. So Beth and I would always be like, and Chris, we would look for games to play with each other. And Bethany's like, oh, I found this game where you can like play together and you're delivery men. I absolutely couldn't stand it. I didn't even want to have this game on my profile, but you know what? I'm trying to be a better person, trying to get over these cruxes in my life about having games on my profile. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it for lockdown and for Bethany and for friendship. And now I'm stuck with this forever. The game. Bethany enjoyed it, to be fair. I was smiling through gritted teeth like, yep, this is fun. But no, I will never, ever play this game again. I mean, does it even have a platinum? Let's have a look. I don't think so. Oh my god, it does. How many people have this? It's ultra rare. Hang on a minute. Oh, now I am curious. Rarity PSN Profiles. Complete 100 different deliveries. Really? That's the hardest trophy in this game? This is how I rank everybody, the hardest trophies in games. I look at what the rarity is on it. I mean, I was about to say, yeah, it must be doable. But it's such a finicky game. That is probably the worst and most infurious game I have ever played. I can only imagine that says, I concur. Halifapen. I concur wholeheartedly. Right, let's move along to Overcook 2. Now, again, this is another game that me and Bethany played over lockdown. Platinum 97. Now this game, I was worried about this game because I loved the first Overcooked so much. And I was like, oh, I don't know why, but I thought for some reason, like, oh, Overcooked 2, there's like, I don't know, you throw stuff now. It's surely not the same game. It won't have the same magic. But actually, it's such a good game and I recommend it. We all played it over the internet with each other and, it was so good. Here we are. My nemesis of 2020, The Last of Us Part 2. As you see, I have yet to get the platinum. 15 out of 28 games. Now, I am going to get the platinum for this game because it's so easy. It would be rude not to. I mean, it's definitely not as hard as the first one. There's no multiplayer trophies. It's literally, I've just got to do a collectibles run as far as I'm aware. It's just going back. Oh, I'm playing on. No, you don't. There's not even any difficulty trophies. But it's literally just I have to go back and collect everything. So that's going to be sitting around with the guide open. Hang on a minute. I have got the trophies hidden. There's nothing even to unhide. No. So yeah, and I mean that's the thing. Sometimes it's just like I want to play the game again, 100%. It's just when do I feel like it's time? I'm sort of like I'm trying to decide whether I just stream it as a way to get me to play it, because where it's not going to be so downright depressing to play. It's just this, the game is just a lot. So maybe I need that levity of the chat to help me, you know. The game's not giving me any levity to sort of get me back to it, get the platinum, complete the game, and go on with it. Now, a lot of people are asking me, are you going to play it on Grounded? Since I did the Grounded sort of survival guide, and now we're going to play it on permadeath setting. That will depend on how much I enjoy the second playthrough. If I come back to the game and I play it again, and I actually think, it's a stand-up game, I enjoy my time with it. Maybe I was a little like, you know, for the first time around, it shook me to my very core, but I enjoy playing it, then yes, I would do it. But right now, I do not enjoy playing the game, so it's a no. I don't know why I'd put myself through this. Permadeath isn't really permadeath from what I've heard. It's like a sort of semi-permadeath. So I think, like, it's rare, but it's not, like, ultra rare. So, which means to me that it's just doable, and just people haven't really gone around to do it. Look, only 4,000 people. How only 4,000? Maybe that's just the people who've just done it. Because everybody surely owns it. It's just, I guess, no one's really popped one, or I guess if you're going to do one, you're probably going to do both, is my reasoning for that. So yeah, perhaps in the future I shall return to the world of The Last of Us. The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. Oh yeah, that's because this year my goal was to finish all of the DLC before Cyberpunk 2077 came out, which we are imminently close to. Unfortunately, the DLC did the thing that I hate the most, which is it contains story-related missable trophies. Now, in an RPG, I just think that's totally unacceptable. I mean, the fundamentals of an RPG is a game that wants you to play the game how you feel like you want to. Now, if I had known that these trophies existed, maybe that would have, like, changed my experience, because I would have been on the sneak side looking up, well, what do I need to do in this mission to make sure I get this outcome, to get this trophy? And I just don't think that's right. So I do want to get 100% in The Witcher 3. And all is not over, seeing as I can play my PS5 games on my PS4 games on my PS5. So maybe I could just come back to another playthrough for both of these and get the ones that I'm missing. Because, yeah, I was very annoyed about this. But at the same time, I didn't want to change. I didn't want to, like, look it up and ruin the game for myself. So, RPG people, don't do it. Maybe. I realise you might want people to replay the game, but you're also just adding an element of meh. I don't know. That's my opinion. Do you agree? Yes, no, maybe not. What have we got? So then, Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor. What was this? Platinum 98, I think. 3 months and 4 days. This was because I was looking for a game over lockdown. Actually, this was kind of like what was it? It was like the tail end of lockdown to play. That was on my backlog. So it was kind of like a slow year for me, 2020 games-wise. Like, there was things that came out, but not really to my taste. Like Final Fantasy Remake or whatever it's called. Like, not really something I was too interested in. So, yeah, I enjoyed this game a lot. I'm not sure about the second one, because I heard it's just more of the same. And I heard someone tell me that the platinum's now unachievable. Do I want that on my conscience? I don't know. Like, for me, this game, I had no idea what was happening in the story. I don't know what happens with the Lord of the Rings. I've never watched them. So, for me, it was just the gameplay that I enjoyed the most. So, if I feel hankering to go back to that, then maybe I would get the second game. Ghost of Tsushima. Why is it that I struggle to say that? Ghost of Tsushima. Is that it? Ghost of Tsushima. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I'm saying it really badly today. As you can see, I've only got 3 trophies in it, because I literally played it once, and it was all I played it. But the thing is, I did that thing again, where I played it for like 3 hours or 4 hours, and I really thoroughly enjoyed my time with it. Put it down, and never came back to it for whatever reason. Like, I think maybe I was just not really feeling an open world game. I wanted something a bit more focusing. So I am going to play it at some point eventually, because I hear good things about it. And the platinum seems very doable as well. So I shall return it to you, Ghost. But when? I don't know. Maybe when there's a lull and I need a good open world to go back to, then I will. Of course, Platinum at 99, a Red Dead Redemption 2, 1 year and 9 months of pure happiness and agony. God, I have a love-hate relationship with this game. It is... I love this game so much. I mean, I'm not saying it's a perfect game. By all means, it's not. But, like, there were parts of the game where it's, like, super slow and boring. I'm not gonna lie. The trophy list is utterly awful. But, I just really love the world. Sometimes I do think about it. The thing is, now that I've completed it, I feel sad because I have nothing to go back to. And no, I'm not going back to online. It pales in comparison. I want to hang out with my boys, Arthur and John and Dutch and Bill and what's his face, Charles. Oh, God, and just ride around on my horse. So I'm just looking at the trophies now, just remembering all the memories. Let's go to the rarity. I think this is interesting that the rarest trophy is getting 70 gold medals in story missions. Like, more people... Like, this is what I find really interesting when I look at these stats. More people bothered to go around scanning and skinning all the animals, but they couldn't be asked to get 70... I didn't even think that was that difficult. I thought this was more difficult than that. But, you know, there you go. It's quite a significant difference. Get 100%, I suppose. That doesn't come with that. I don't know. I find that curious, very curious, to say the least. But yeah, one of my proudest platinums to this day, and it's actually quite funny because so I had like 7. No, did I have? No, that's it. So this Gold Rush trophy was my 70th ultra rare trophy. 70. I thought I liked that. Oh no, my laptop has switched off. Why has it done that? Hopefully it's still recording. Let's see what's going on here. God, it's a whirlwind, this video, isn't it? Who knows, we were coming and going. My screen just went black. Terrifying times. Oh, we're almost there, everybody. Ah, here we go. Cuphead. Now I 100% want to platinum this game. I love Cuphead. What have I got left to do? The thing is, now I've got to a point where I'm a little bit afraid because I haven't played it in a while, and the trophies I have left are quite difficult, so I have to probably get back in the muscle. I think I can do it. Like, this is the difference between Crash Bandicoot, Nitro fueled carts, whatever, and this game. I know I can do this. I feel that this is a skill that I can hone and get good at. This is like the pattern looking, the boss fighting, the racing. It's just not me. I just know that that's not something I can do. But this, I'm like, yes. And also the trophies aren't as hard as you think they are. Let's go to the PSN Profile thingy-mabobbin. So what I haven't done is I haven't completed the game on Expert, which is the rarest one, apparently. See, I think there's a harder one in here. So I haven't got an S rank yet. That's why. Do you know what? I haven't even got this basic bronze trophy. I was like, yeah, it'll come naturally. It'll come naturally. Clearly, I don't use a super art enough. I don't know how to get this trophy. I know how to get it. But I always just, like, you know, peak my super art too soon and they're not ready. But the trophy that I'm scared about is the one where you have to beat Mr. Dice, the Dice King. Mr. Dice? Oh, I haven't even done this yet. That's not even the rarest one. It must be this one. You got to beat the Dice King without taking a hit, and I'm terrified of this. I might make that. Like, I definitely want to do a video about platinuming this game, which is also the other reason why I've put it off. And I think I might make that one the final one, because I'm not going to lie, everybody. When I beat the Dice King, because this thing, I'm transparent, all right? Look at me. I'm like a ghost. This is why I don't feel good about this. I beat the Dice King, but he glitched on me. He did his hand-walky thing on his final bit, and the cards didn't come out, and I just killed him. And I was like, well, what can I do? I didn't really do anything. It was not my fault. It just happened. So I feel like this is... But the reason I didn't mind too much, because A, I know I have to beat him again on Expert, and B, I have to do this. So I was like, you know what? You know, it gets me to the end of the game. So I do have to best you, Mr. Dice King. But this is a great game, and I enjoyed it. So look at this pacifist one. It's 100% not as difficult as this is making out. Like... It sounds terrifying, but it's actually a walk in the park. I don't know, that's not even a pun. Right. What do we got? Fall Guys, one of my favourite games this year. Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. Again, there's no way. If I was going to get the platinum for this game, I would have had to done it in Season 1. I feel like now that the time has passed, the moment has passed, and of course, the one trophy I am missing is infallible, which is to win 5 episodes in a row. Now, I had so much, this gave me so much joy over the summer. I was on this all day, every day, and twice on Sundays. How many times have I said that in this video? Actually, this is a good time to look at this. How much did I play of The Last of Us Part 2? 28 hours. Look at that. 269 hours on The Witcher 3. This video is all over the place. Cuphead, 32. Oh my god, I only played 2 hours. Gosh, how much of Uncharted did I play? Oh, now we're getting to some bits. So, 4 Hours Ultimate Knockout, I played 54 hours of it. Interesting. So, yeah. Now, of course, you could do it the way that a lot of people did, which is every time you lose, you just back out and you can get, you know, keep your streak going. So, if I was going to do that, I should have done that before. But I don't know, I couldn't bother. I just enjoyed playing the game for the love of playing the game. And I kind of hoped that if I was good enough, I would get this legit. But obviously, clearly not. Clearly, I'm not. And I feel like the moment has passed because now, the more they add new levels and the more they add, like, you know, all of these remix levels, it's just going to get harder and harder to achieve. Whereas I had those original levels down. But, yeah, I enjoy this. I'm definitely, like, I feel like this is a game that I'm going to come back to when there's been quite a significant amount of updates and then be, like, really into it again. I feel like with the small amount of updates, there's not enough for me to come back to yet. Like, I dabbled with Season 2, but it wasn't enough. And also, sometimes they're making... Now, they're going to walk a fine line, okay? There's difficult and challenging to a point where it's fun but doable, but then you can tip over to, like, no, this is now impossibly annoying. And I felt like some of the Season 2 ones were slightly dipping into impossibly annoying, rather than, you know, just luck of the draw. You know what I mean. If you played the game, you know what I mean. Right. We're getting to the end. So, Uncharted 4, platinum number 100, 4 years and 4 months of waiting, and I finally did it. I guess the only ones I'm missing on that to get 100% is the Crushing It. I'll probably never get those. The infamous Uncharted The Lost Legacy episode that I have recorded. Actually, I've recorded me getting the platinum. I just haven't recorded the before and after bits. One day it will see the light of day. Hang on in there. Fun game. I like it a lot. I think this might have the best trophy list of all the Uncharted games. Because it's got a nice balance, just miscellaneous ones, and your usual Uncharted fanfare of trophies. And then this is now me just mopping up all the trophies that I held back on. So Persona 5, Dancing in Starlight, 1 year and 9 months. I like this a lot. I played this on Vita, again, a game that I played on the train to pass the time. Also, like I said before, Persona 5 has the best music. I prefer the music in this game to Persona 4. So I was playing this all day and twice on Sundays. I'm going to stop saying that because it's actually driving me mad. But yeah, I like this a lot. Very easy platinum, and I would probably jump into that some more. And I did this on Vita just because I realised this is a shared trophy list. But I actually did download it for Vita. Concrete Genie, again, a very good little game. What have I got set? 11 months and 3 weeks. So I didn't think this was a good enough trophy or platinum list for the Road to Platinum 100 because it was just a lot of collectibles. It was a very short game. A lot of the ending of it was just going around finding all the genies and whatever, but I thoroughly enjoyed my time with it. And yeah, pick it up if you have not. Life is Strange 2. This is an interesting game, alright? Because I love Life is Strange. Like, that first game is my favourite. I feel like the first game is a peak that the others have yet to really, like, reach. I did like Before the Storm, but it just wasn't as good. And then this game again was like a tier below. This game actually really frustrated me because I just found Daniel so irritating. Like, this is the thing. I thought some of the things that happened felt annoying because it was out of your control. Like, you'd get to an end of the game. All I wanted to do was, you know, make sure that I was doing the right thing by Daniel. And then the little shit would just ruin everything at the end out of my control. And you'd be back at square one in the next episode. There were so many times I was like, this kid is driving me absolutely nuts. But my favourite part of this game was the ending. Like, I was like so-soing through it. Like, it's not as good as the first. I did like their bond, you know, the Wolf brothers and whatever. But it was that ending bit where you have to make that final decision where I was like, oh, that was hard. And I liked how there was 2 decisions to be made. One by you and one by Daniel. And the way that it sort of panned out, like, I didn't realise there'd be different endings based on how you looked after him and how you decided to play. And that was the thing that got me, actually. If that ending hadn't been as good, I probably wouldn't have been so like, oh, yeah, I really like this game. But it was that end that did it for me. And then after this, oh yeah, so very recently I finally picked up Resident Evil 3. Didn't live up to the love that I have for the other two Resident Evil games. Like, this one felt very different in a maybe not as good way. Like, it's very much on rails, this game. Like, there's much less exploring. You've literally got point A to point B for a lot of it. Sorry, I'm just gonna take a drink. Oh no, I'm running out of water. Might have to like drink my contact lens at some point. I'm not wearing contact lenses. Although apparently that guy, didn't he, before he cut his arm off when he was stuck in that place, he had to like suck on his contact lens for nutrients. So I always think, I'm not that I've seen that film because I'm just terrified of the fact that he has to cut his arm off. But yeah. Scientists in the chat, let me know, can one survive on your contact lenses? Because that might be the only good thing about not being able to see. So yeah, the game is very much on rails. Nemesis paled in comparison to Mr. X. He was actually more irritating than he was fun. Like, he'd just show up and smush you about, and you would always be like running, and then the game would take over for you, and then you'd be running again, and his boss fights felt very like repetitive. It was always like, oh, trying to get him down, but he wasn't dead. Like, I don't know, because I never played the original game, so I don't know how true to the original experience it is. But yeah, it didn't hook me as much as those first ones. Hence why I know it's a doable platinum, and I probably could go back and platinum it very easily if I wanted to, but I've not felt the drive to do so. But it could be one of those ones that one day I'm like sitting around, I'm like, you know what? 'Cause sometimes I have days where I'm like, I feel like earning a platinum today. Maybe that would be like Resident Evil 3, the perfect one that I just want to chill out and earn some trophies. So I may be back. Now, here we go. Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. A game I was excited for, and I just didn't like it as much as I hoped. As you can see, I've only got 14 trophies in it. I've not even finished the game, but it's got an insane trophy list. Look, it's pretty rare, 3.3%. Let's do the rarity. Now, I feel like this is another game that's just gone too far. Earn all the platinum time rates. It's just not the game that I grew up and loved. It's not my Crash Bandicoot. Hashtag not my Crash Bandicoot. My Crash Bandicoot. He was a fun game. You could pick it up and play it and have a laugh and get to the end of the level. You know, pretty straightforward. Yeah, there were some frustrating ones in Crash 3, but those were towards the end. At the end, you would get like Future Frenzy where the levels were getting slightly long. It was getting a little bit more challenging, but you could still always make it. This game is just like torture for the sake of torture. And it's just like, I just didn't have fun. And they made the levels way too long. Like, I've heard about the amount of hoops that you have to go through to even get this platinum, which puts me off even wanting to finish the game, because I just, like, one time, I was playing it, chatting to my friend, and I was just, like, just dying over and over again, and I just didn't really care. I was just like, oh, just get me to the end of this level. Like, what have I even done? Like, nothing. It's just too different. And, I mean, I don't know. Will I go back to it? I can't say for sure. The future is unclear. Right at this moment, I just don't have the will, as Lazarevich would say. But do you have the will? No, I don't have the will. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? And then Vampire. So this was a game that I played that was free on PS Plus. I love my time with Vampire. I got really into it. I was quite addicted to it. And then I just stopped playing it and never went back to it. I felt like it got to a point where I felt like the game should have ended. And I was quite happy with my circle of friends. And it was like, hey, there's some new people over here. And another new people, and they've all got problems. And I was like, I don't care about the new people. I liked the old people I knew. And I think that's what put me off. Also, the last time I played it, the game froze on me. And it wasn't like I had to go back that far, I don't think. But at the same time, I was like, now I'm just annoyed because it froze and I lost some progress. I would like to go back and finish it. I think I definitely will. Don't know if I'd get the platinum in it because I feel like it needs another playthrough to do so. But yeah, I would recommend. See, I've only got 10 trophies and I feel like I could do better. It's probably because I've just not finished the game. Then Detroit Become Human. Did I have this game? When did this game come out? It came out about like April, so I might have talked about this one in the final video. But I did talk about it earlier in the Trophy Logbook update. Again, stellar game. Very much enjoyed it. 2 years, 5 months. Yeah, I highly recommend this one. Dark Souls 3. Did I have this game before? Probably. But I decided that my final bits... So in a Dark Souls game, I always like the end of the game where you have to, like, you know, put your affairs in order. And I looked at my PS4 and I was like, what affairs do I need to put in order? And Demon Souls was coming out, I was very excited, and I was like, you know what I haven't done? I just haven't beaten Dark Souls 3, and it's because I was like holding out for the possibility of earning the platinum. And my god, I put so much time into Covenant farming and I've still not finished it. Let's have a look. So then I decided, you know what, maybe it's time to let bygones be bygones and just finish this game for once and for all, and forget about my pursuit for the platinum. And so I beat the game, and then I was happy to move on to my PS5. Now, as you can see, all I've got to do is get this final ending here. And then get these pyromancies and these miracles and these rings and these expressions, but it's all tied to stupid Covenant grinding, which is like finding rubbish for hours on end, and the drop rates are really bad. Also, you do need to play the game for at least another 2 times, so you need to go through it, because there's like rings that are like +1 ring, +2 ring. You can only pick them up in New Game +2. So maybe this will be a slow grind. I mean, I bang on about how much I love the Souls games, and I've only played like 3 of them. I would like to get the platinum in it, but just don't mug me off, game. This game has mugged me off big time. Bugsnax. I started a little bit of this, haven't really got into it yet. I do want to get back to it and you know, find some bugs in Bugsnax. I don't know. I've sort of played like the first 5 minutes, and I was like, okay, I can see where this is going. I don't know if it gets any deeper than that, but I would like to go back. The other things were just calling me first, like Astro's Playroom, which I completed in 4 days and 5 hours. I wonder if there's like a stat somewhere that I can see in order. I guess it would be this completed list. So maybe it's trying it. I want to see like what my top 5 fastest platinums are, if I can. I can imagine it's like, I think it's still Drake's Fortune, right? Yeah, Drake's Fortune is my fastest platinum still. I love Astro's Playroom. Definitely think it should be pretty much, you know, it's a very gettable platinum. And if you love PlayStation, you will love this game. And I would recommend everybody get it as their first PlayStation 5 platinum, because I feel like it's a good one to mark the occasion. Demon Souls, 100% getting this platinum, I hope. Now, there is a little bit of rigmarole involved. I have looked into it, but I feel like it's rigmarole that I am happy to roll the rig on. And hopefully that means I can get it. I mean, I'm not quite near the end of the game yet. I'm taking my time with it. I don't really want to rush through it just yet. But yeah, I got the first Demon Souls holds a special place in my heart, that platinum. It was a game that I didn't even think I could beat the first boss, and I ended up getting the platinum in it. I've talked about this a lot. So I'd like to do the honours again. And this has got a different trophy list to the first one, quite interestingly. Wasn't expecting that. I think this one is probably a better list because it doesn't require the frickin' stone farming. But apparently you do still need to get pure blade stone. I hope that's the drop rate on that is better. But yeah, the stone farming was boring as F. So I'm glad I don't have to do that again. And some of these, I like the ones that are more like, what would you call them? Like, I don't know, incidental trophies. Like, they've got ones to make you play the game a second time, but maybe try something different. So, like, beat the Tower Knight without, you know, killing the archers. Beat the Fool's Idol. But that doesn't bother me. I think that's quite interesting. I like that little extra challenge that they're like, hey, you beat the game, but can you do this sort of thing? I like it. Skyrim. So I bought this on PS4. I have the platinum on PS3 for it. Will I get the platinum on PS4? I don't know. I'm undecided. I kind of like having it there as like it's like my PlayStation happy place. Like, I feel like I just dip back into Skyrim, do a couple of quests, mosey around, and then I jump back out again. I'm not in a rush to get the trophies on this. I'm just like having it there, like a I don't know, something like a hot water bottle. When you feel ill, you can just give it a little hug, and it'll warm you up from the inside. Skyrim, 10 out of 10 game, loves you like a hot water bottle. Put that on the packaging, Bethesda, when you do the PS5 release. And then, finally, the final game that I have on my list is Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, which I started this weekend and have very much been enjoying. It's a good game. It feels like it has a little bit more heart and soul to it than the first one. I think I actually like Miles a bit more than Pete, to be honest. It just has a little bit more to it, and it's not like, because it's a shorter game, I think it's better for it. Like, it's got less gubbins to it. Like, there's collectibles, yes, but not to the same extent. And again, it's never not fun swinging around as Spider-Man. And the little side missions are so much better in this game as well. So and apparently the platinum is very doable. So that actually, I'm thinking, if I had to put my money on what my next platinum will be, I think it might be Spider-Man. It's very simple. Maybe I'll make that the birthday plat. Because Demon Souls, I want to eke it out, and that could be quite fun. So, yeah, that is pretty much the update on my PlayStation trophies. Let's just have a quick look at the PS5 again. Is there anything else that I want to dwell upon? Look, 75 hours. God damn. Look at that. Red Dead Redemption 2, 329 hours. I think that's the most I've played any game ever. That might even top Skyrim. Holy crap, that might even top Skyrim. I've never even thought of that. Wowza. Wowza. Uncharted, of course. Uncharted? There's no way I've only played 12 hours of Demon's Souls. I mean, maybe I'll have to check my actual stats. Do you know how true to life these are? And 7 hours of Master Race. Actually, that sounds about decent. What happens if I do this? What happens if I actually know how to use my PS5? Let's click trophies. Okay, so you get it like this. My one issue with this, not to make this video kind of different, but I don't like that you can't read the descriptions or the full name of the... Well, we're not getting a very good... Oh god, all of these... here we are. Launch, swing, and ... I'm not a fan of that. I want to be able to read it. Read it! Read it. But yeah, I think that's everything that I got to say. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining me on this 2020 update of my PlayStation logbook and my PlayStation trophies. I hope I was able to aid you in company for whatever it is that you were doing whilst listening to this video. Thank you so much for making it to the end. Let me know well, if you watched the last video and you watched this video, what's your update? How have you been doing? What have you been doing for the last 2.5 years? Thanks for coming back and listening. For now, I think I'm going to go back into Spider-Man because there's some cats to be rescued. And God, I love rescuing cats in that game. I think there's like 2 cats I've had to rescue. I'm not sure if there's any more. So yeah, until the next update, whenever, wherever, that video might take forever. I don't know. It depends how much trophy hunting I do. So thank you so much for watching the video and being here. Happy hunting, all of you out there on the good old grind. And I shall see you all next time. See you later.